How much do homes sell for in Hamilton, Ontario? As regardless of what type of real estate market we're in, whether it's like the beginning of 2022, a crazy seller's market, or in today's market with rising interest rates, you can be rest assured there's still going to be some agents that list properties super low to create that multiple offer situation. And to be honest, it can be extremely frustrating as a buyer if you don't know what you can afford and what you can't afford. Just take a look at these examples here. Here's a detached home in Stony Creek. It was listed for $700,000 and ended up selling for $830,000. Then we have this brand new townhome up on the Hamilton Mountain listed for $600,000 and ended up selling for $735,000. And then the final example, but it's just the tip of the iceberg, is this brand new detached home up in Waterdown, and it was listed for $1 million and ended up selling for $1.15 million. And like I mentioned, this is just the tip of the iceberg. So in this video here, I hope to bring some clarity on exactly how much homes are actually selling for. As at the end of the day, you can't rely on list price. It's just another marketing tactic that realtors use. And unfortunately, sometimes those realtors are listing the price super low. Now, a quick disclaimer before we jump on into it, I'm recording this in November of 2022. So depending on when you're watching it, the prices may have gone up or gone down by several thousand. So if you're interested in a comprehensive, updated market analysis at the time of you watching this, feel free to request a market analysis down below or just send me a message. I'd be happy to help you out. But other than that, let's dive on in and see exactly what you can expect to buy in Hamilton at the different price points by first looking at some general statistics in the city. So in the past 12 months, as you can see, the majority of Hamilton homes have sold above that $1 million price point. However, you can still find a variety of homes $500,000 up to $1 million. And if we break this chart down into the three different property types of detached homes, freehold, and condos, as you can see, the majority of detached homes are the ones skewing up, with a lot being sold after the $1 million price point. Then as for townhomes, you're going to find a lot in that $700,000 to $900,000. And then finally in condos, you're going to see a lot in that $500,000 to $700,000 range. Now, what exactly should you expect your dollar to get you for each one of these price points? Well, that's what we're going to be jumping into, starting in the highest and decreasing the amount. So you can find the timestamps down below if you want to skip around to your budget. But let's first start off with homes that are 1.5 million or more. Now, the majority of homes here, as you can see in the last recent sales, are either in Ancaster, Flamborough, or Waterdown, and usually are large, unique homes sitting on amazing size lots that usually offer privacy or a special feature. So here are two quick examples. You have this first large home out in Carlisle or in Flamborough that just recently sold for $1,758,000. And as you can see, if we zoom out, it's sitting on a great size lot as well. Then another unique home you might be able to find around the same price point is a detached home in Stony Creek on Lake Ontario. And this particular home had just recently sold for $1,788,000. Now, if you're looking for anything a little bit less than 1.5 million, the next category will be for you, where we're looking between 1.25 to 1.5 million. Now, the majority of homes here, you're going to find a lot of detached homes, especially in Ancaster, Dundas, and Waterdown. And typically here, these homes are going to be more in those neighborhoods. So here's an example of a brand new detached Waterdown home that was built just in the last 5 years. And this one has just recently sold for $1,315,000. Now, as for an example of what you would expect to find in Ancaster for the same range, there's this detached home. Typically, you're going to be finding a lot of these built around the early 2000s, and this particular detached home sold for $1,223,000. Now, it was originally listed for back a few months ago for $1,375,000. So this just shows you that the list price, whether it's high or whether it's low, isn't going to tell the full story. Then if you're looking between that price point of $1 million to $1.25 million, you're going to find a lot of different detached homes available for you in Ancaster, on the Mountain, Waterdown, and in Stony Creek. But then you're going to find some of those newer development detached homes like in Mount Hope or in Binbrook. Now, the majority of these homes here are going to be in those neighborhoods with 4+ beds, 3+ baths. If we take a look at this one here, this is one of the Waterdown homes that was just recently sold. This one in particular was built in the early 2000s, and it's in a pretty good established community. And then we have this next one here, which is a Waterdown townhome just on the other side of Dundas. And this was just recently built in the last 5 years. And this one sold for $1,020,000. And then the final home I'll give for this example is just this Ancaster home. It was built in the early 2010s and it sold for $1,080,000. So if you're wondering how much these homes are going for now at the time of you watching this, check out my link in the description to request your free market report analysis. Other than that, let's move on to the category under $1 million from $750,000 up to $1 million. And what you're gonna find here is a lot of detached homes that were usually built around the 1980s to 1990s in areas like on the Mountain, Dundas, Stony Creek, and even a little bit into central Hamilton. Now here's an example of one detached home selling on the Mountain in the Mountain View neighborhood, which has amazing schools, and this detached home sold for $800,000. Then this next home is a townhome that was just recently built just a few neighborhoods over, also on the Mountain, and this recently sold for $900,000. And then the final home I'll mention in this example is this older detached home located in the heart of Dundas, selling recently for $910,000. Now, if you're looking for the price point of $750,000 to $500,000 in Hamilton, typically what you're going to be finding is a lot of condo townhomes, freehold townhomes, as well as just condo apartments available. You'll also find a lot of older detached homes, especially in central Hamilton. As you can see, that's where the majority of sales have taken place in the last 30 days. So here's a great example. This is a detached home sold in the Gibson neighborhood just for $645,000. Other than that, you can find those historical wartime 1.5-story or bungalow homes on the Mountain for around the same price point. This one in particular sold for $630,000. And then the final one here is one of the brand new freehold townhome options. This one is located also in that Mountain View neighborhood where there's great schools, and it recently sold for $750,000. So those were the different categories and a few examples of exactly what you can expect a home to sell for in Hamilton. And like I've mentioned, if you're interested in getting some updated pricing and criteria that matches exactly what you're looking for, feel free to request your free market analysis down below. Other than that, if you're looking for where the most affordable or most expensive options are to buy real estate in Hamilton, the next video I recommend you go check out is my video going over exactly that. So you can check out that video right here. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day.